Hello, my name is Dio Morales, and you are watching Round 4 of the Mandalore System Open at Glendale, Arizona. Round 4 of Swiss is brought to you by Crafted Storage. Crafted Storage has been creating storage and tournament day solutions for X-Wing players using smart design and great craftsmanship. Visit craftedstorage.com to get yours today. Go ahead and type that in your Google browser, and you will see all that awesome stuff that they have. Thank you so much for their support. So, we got two players here. Let me remind him to take the locks out of the box. My locks! My locks! From the box! Just reminding him there. So, we have two players here. We have D. Yoon. I think most people know who D. Yoon is, but just in case you don't, he is one of the hosts of the My Knock Squadron podcast, one of the great friends of the Gold Squadron podcast. Great player, working hard. He is sitting at 2-1, making the second wave, the second stage of the hyperspace qualifier, and so is Vernon Davis. They're both sitting at 2-1. Watch this game. Nice, exciting elimination game. So next round, we will be bringing you some more action, of course. It's a pretty interesting list here. I saw this and I was like, you know what? This seems like it could be. This could be interesting, I think. So we got D. Yoon. He has Chopper. You've seen a lot of Kanan out there. Tons of Kanan. We have Chopper here, twin laser turret, fire control system, engine upgrade, and Ray and Tactician, doubling down on the stress. So if you're not super familiar with Chopper's ability, I can pull it up here. So not too many people play with Chopper. There it is right there. So Chopper says at the start of the combat phase, each enemy you are touching receives one stress token. So he's hoping to bump some people and deal some stress. And he trades in the dice lowering ability of Kanan for Chopper. I know he was running something similar like this earlier this season with Ion Projector. It looks like he's changing things up a little bit. And he's made room for Fenn Zeb. I mean, Fenn Zeb is a fantastic ship. I mean, he is probably, honestly, the most not competitive, he's competitive, the most popular ship that we've seen here today. I'm curious to see the stats on the lists. And opposing him, we have Vernon Davis flying what I would consider very unconventional Kylo squad. Not the norm here. We have Kylo Ren with VI, pilot skill 11, advanced optics, which allows him to keep a focus token, fire control system to double down on some target locks, auto thrusters, and the First Order Vanguard title. If you're not familiar with that title, it gives him a get out of jail free card. He gets to re-roll all of his defense dice, as many as possible, one time in the game by ditching it. And other than that, if he only has one ship in his arc, he can basically has a Predator. He has one re-roll per attack, as long as there's only one ship in his arc, including his own, only one ship. And then two Delta defenders. I mean, these ships are PS1, low pilot skill. They're great at blocking. And I think if Vernon really wants to pull out this game, he has the tools to do it. He has Kylo at PS11 to be able to make decisions on boosting or barrel rolling. He should be charging up that advanced optics here pretty soon. And just get the defenders in the way of Chopper. Now here's the thing, right? You really don't want to be in front of Chopper if you can be. So he can definitely still leverage that 4K if he can get it on the sides of the Ghost. The defenders could be used really well to block Fenn. We'll see what happens there. Now Vernon is at 100 points. Yep, at 100 points, and D is at 99. So it does come into play with Fenn Zeb. That means that Vernon Davis will have the initiative, and I think, you know what, that's actually curious. What kind of phone?
It's just Samsung.
Maybe.
Old school.
No 4K there. So used to pulling out that that 4 ruler and doing a K turn. Taking a look here. All right, so D's just gonna bring Chopper in. So you know what? If you want to block me with the defenders, this is fine. You get stressed, and defenders do not like stress. Even though they have the white 4K, for stress they can't do their X7 defender shenanigans. No focus evade. It looks like Chopper's gonna be getting a shot this turn, so this is gonna work out for D. You know, I did actually notice this gentleman's name as well. Vernon Davis, tight end for he played for the 49ers. I think that was his last team. Anyway, Kylo goes 2 forward. Looks like he's just outside of range 2. He's going to focus, charge up those optics, and be in a place to come after the ghost. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar, Fenn ability allows him to take a stress in order to prevent a ship from spending tokens while attacking. So that's really good. And what D has done here, he's put R2 Astromech in order to give Fenn more options of maneuvering while taking that stress. He coordinates a target lock to the ghost in order to get some of that target lock focus action. We're dropping a focus off of Ray. We have double focus, target lock on that defender. The defender might have a shot on Fenn, but I don't know. Here we go. We're getting into combat real fast. So looks like Kylo's is out. With a range 2 shot from Fenn to the defender. This will strip the focus token. Crit. So we'll have to spend the focus. And the focus gets stripped from Hotshot Copilot. No damage. Place for the Redskins now. I believe you. I don't really follow football. Not anymore. And here we go. To decide whether or not to shoot the primary or the TLT attack on that defender. It is unobstructed. Let's see by how many dice he tosses in here. 3 dice. The TLT. It's going to be 3. That's enough. Who needs to focus when you roll like that, right? There's 2. It's debating the target lock. There we go, 3 hits off the target lock. And it reapplies with FC. Oh my god! Alright, well, there you go. Who needs tokens when you roll like that? So, quick shout-outs that D wanted to make. He wanted to shout out the rest of Minox Squadron, of course, and he wanted to give a shout-out to those people in Carolina playing at the Crate Cup. Another event that's happening today. I believe we are also streaming. And we also have one hit coming in the Fenn round. Oh, 2 blanks. 2 blanks. He's going to be taking a shield on Fenn. And this is end around TLT, spending a target lock. It's going to debate the focus. And with an evade, it probably doesn't happen, but you try because you have 2 focuses. There it goes. All right, so that's going to be 1 damage on the Delta. You know what? Let's get those labels here in a minute. Second shot. It's going to be 1. got the target lock. He's going to reroll both. No damage. Because you can't spend the target lock on the second one, you spend on the first one, it doesn't come back until after attacking. Yeah, let's get those defenders labeled. What can we do here? Let's go red. And blue. Thank you, Vernon, for using 2 different color defenders. It makes it much easier. Defenders did do 1 shield to Fenn there. So let's just top that. Oop. Get that moved here. So we're waiting here for dials. It looks like we're trying to figure out Fenn Rau's ability. And that swag handed out. We're starting up the hangar bays over here. We started with 160 players. Started with 160 players. And we are at something like, I can't even see what the trigger number is. I'll find out. Swagalicious. You put the card on my stream, you have to give me one now.
I would if I could.
I'll get mine in Chicago.
If you want to see it.
That's cool. I've
cool.
seen that one, yeah. Alright, so D's trying to figure out what that maneuver dial is going to be. Looks like everything is down for Vernon. He's pretty certain about what he wanted to do. He's trying to just figure out Fenn right now. I think the obvious choice might be to K-turn with the defenders, but D doesn't want to just bank into that trap. I think it's a little too obvious. All right, dials are down. What's Hangar Bay? Actually, we can talk about that later. Hangar Bay is an alternate format where people bring 2 lists, and you choose. Yep, there's a 4K. You choose which list you want to fly after looking at your opponent's list, and you guys reveal simultaneously, and then you just play a game. It's a pretty cool format. So here is that K-turn from the defenders. They have space to barrel roll if he wants. Nope, he's going to stay right there. I think the danger with this move is I think Fenn can probably, and the Ghost can probably just get in there on the side and really wreck that defender. But we'll find out. All right, so the Ghost is turning away. It's creating some space there. He has the primary active because there is a a Phantom docked in the Phantom 1. I have to be specific now. Phantom 1 is docked there, so if he wants to use the primary, which probably won't, not through a rock, he's going to be changing target lock for his action to Kylo Ren, which I think is the right move, because I wonder if Vernon was going to try to do some type of pinch. That looks like a 2 bank. Yep. Oh, 2 forward. So he's going to be right in that side arc. Ooh. We went with a safe move. Fenn Rao is in a position to help Keenan out. Just depends on what the maneuver is. No flight assist astromech on this Fenn. He's got to guess right. He's thinking about his action. And here is Fenn. So Fenn, turning backwards, I think he's going to have double side arcs on both ships. So Fenn is not going to get shot by that Delta Defender. We have that engine upgrade on Chopper. Chopper's going to boost with coordinate. He's banking, and there is the back arc. Ready to fire TLTs or just the regular. I mean, he could TLT here right now. It's going to be range 2. Dropping a ray focus. But Fenn's going to be taking a shot here for his buddy. So here comes Vernon, rolling his dice. He's going to spend the focus for 2 hits. He's going to move that FCS target lock to Fenn. And 1 evade. It's going to be 1 hull damage there on Fenn. And Fenn takes his shot. You know, it's unmodified. You never know what could happen. 3 evade dice, focus, evade. Hey, one's not going to get it done. But he's waiting for that chopper shot. So if he can start getting some damage here into Kylo, that swings the game pretty hard. Kylo's worth 44 points. Looks like he's going for primary. And reminding him of the hot shot. He did call it earlier. I heard it from here. And there it is. We're going to spend the focus for 4 hits coming into Kylo Ren at range 2. No auto thrusters. And that's going to be 3 damage. He could spend the title if he wants. He has a focus. Hit him over there. No, he spent it on attack. For the hot shot. So he's debating whether or not to spend the title, looks like. Decisions. Does he do it? Yep, Jaren, that is definitely average. So I mean, he's just in a bad spot right now. The question is whether you YOLO it. Looks like he's taking it. Alright, so 2 shields and a card on there. And because it is range 2, Kylo is stressed. He does have the best dial in the game, but stress matters, so make him play around it. I'm probably going to see a hard 2 out of Kylo just with his current positioning. And it looks like the Delta's just out. I want to take a moment here and say thank you to our judges, Ian Ham, and the rest of the floor judges. Here's end of round TLT. 2 hits, he's going to let it stand. And there is a little bit above average roll there. And here's the second TLT. He's going to target lock here. OCS, that's 2. And he's going to be taking 1 there. So Kylo's starting to burn up a little bit. He's sitting at 2 hull. No title spent yet. Unless I'm reaching for cards. and that's the second shot here. Kylo is double stressed. So Vernon has some decisions here to make, right? Does he turn away and take a couple turns to reset, de-stress, and try to re-engage with Kylo, or does he just YOLO and say, "Hey, I have dice, let me go at it"? The problem is that the positioning of the ghost, if he stays behind that back arc, he's going to be very sad. Those TLTs are going to eat him up. So I think the right choice here is probably to turn away. The defenders need to get engaged here on the ghost. But start doing. I mean, they do such a great job of absorbing damage. So they need to start putting in some work here. Alrighty. So it looks like D's dials are down. Vernon is going through that decision tree, trying to figure out what's going to be his best move. And while we wait here, I want to say thank you to Cascade Games for allowing us to be here today. If you have anybody here in Glendale, Arizona, they have 15% off all X-Wing that they have in stock. And they have quite a bit of good selection. Their starting prices are very fair. So if you have a buddy, come take it out. Come check it out. Let them know that Gold Squadron sent you, and you can take advantage of that today. So, I know this is a couple rounds into the game. We've seen the engagement. Right now, what do you think is the split percentage-wise between D-Yoon and Vernon Davis? Who do you think is going to win, and what do you think we're at? We're at D-Yoon 60-40, Vernon Davis 70, math better, 70-30. Where do you think we're at right now? There is currently not a link to the current standings. I don't have access to that right now. But once we get to the cut, I will definitely be able to snap a picture of that. D 90-10 Rooster 100% D 82-18. I like it. Alrighty. Yeah, Jaren, I think for me personally, I am in that spot right now. Like the defenders, if they choose to roll like gods and just start beating into Chopper, that's where the game can swing, and I think that's why you have that 30% chance there. But yeah, I do think that right now it is tilted definitely in D's favor. He's staggering the defenders, trying to cover some space. Probably wanted to do a 5 forward with the blue Delta, but couldn't because Kylo was in the way. Yep. And now we wait. Here's Chopper. Hard 2. Looks like he's going to be just out of range this turn. But this is fine. Next turn he can do hard 2 again and be able to barrel down here with his primary if he wants to, or just one bank and just leverage the TLT. Probably 2 times next turn. There's Kylo. 2 bank. Does he flip the rock? I don't think so. Looks like he's safe. All right. Excellent. Yeah, the boosting. It's not a Kanan. It's a chopper. You gotta make sure you know that it is a chopper, not a Kanan. So we're waiting here for Fenn to move. Fenn moving last gives Chopper the opportunity to boost when he wants to. And here's Fenn catching up here. He's in a good spot. One thing to remember that the Sheathipede number 2 does not have a native barrel roll. I know that I've seen a couple of players who played it and assuming that it has the same action bar as the Phantom ones, and they do not. So they don't have any native barrel. They replaced that with a coordinate. And it looks like Fenn is taking a target lock onto Kylo. And we'll be taking a range 2-shot to a rock. Rebellions are built on hope. But Kylo doesn't have any tokens, so just debating whether to spend that target lock.
Attention, complete hangar-based players. Round 1 begins
And he spends.
now. Good luck.
He's re-rolling the eyeball. There you go, hit crit. It's gonna make him roll. So this is gonna be 4 dice. Alrighty. Auto thrusters were in play there. So you hope. It would have been nice to get that crit, and I'm sure he wanted that. But right now, Vernon made the right choice of disengaging. He will be unstressed next turn. He should be bringing Kylo around, and he has to get aggressive, I think. The defenders are just out of range, I believe, and just out of arc. So D did a good job of making sure that there were no shots going to be given there. I'm curious here. Do you think that the defenders will go slow here? Like, I think in order to get a shot, they might have to slow down a bit. They go a little bit too aggressive, they might end up being bumped, which then makes them stressed, which D was. I think the blue one can probably just go 3 straight and be fine. The red one, probably has to bank, for sure. Probably gonna guess. I don't know. It's so hard to decide what's gonna happen here. I think D has a lot of choices, and so does Vernon. Red dial set. D is completely set. So while we're waiting for that last dial to be set, I do want to remind everybody that this round is brought to you by Crafted Storage. They make really cool tournament solutions, and just even for casual play. If you like really good-looking template trays, play boxes where you can carry your whole squad around, all kinds of different things, visit craftedstorage.com and check them out. I will be showing off some of their swag here soon. Looks like we're set. Is there a Kylo dial down? I think the right move for Kylo is probably just to 2-turn barrel roll, and then that sets him up to make some decisions to turn afterwards. The 2-turn barrel roll as back as possible. Because one thing when you're flying a ship like Kylo, I feel like you don't want to be obvious in where you're going to be going. And that will give him some choice avenues. Now that looks like a 3 bank towards a ghost. So I'm sure it's going to catch something in arc unless D called this and does it too hard with Fenn Zeb. There's focus evade. There's a 3 straight. So we're going to focus evade on both these guys. Arcs are nice and spread out. So pretty much where are they going to have the ghost in arc or the sheath bead? Here's the dial. Looks like a 3 bank. No, it isn't too hard. All right, so he did what I talked about earlier. He's going to leverage that primary and say, you know what? I can play this game too. I've got a big game. So I think while he does have a juicy range 1 shot on that red one, he'll definitely measure to blue and hope. He has a target lock on Kylo. The defenders are in the way, so he's not going to be able to boost this turn. He drops a focus. This Kylo looks like a 3-bank. Is that right? Or 2-turn? 2-turn, okay. 2-turn. He has space to barrel. No, you don't want to barrel forward. You can see what D's setting up for. He might be taking some shots here, but he's gonna zoom next turn and take out Kylo. All right, 1 bank away. I like it. I like it. It gets the arc on the blue one, which means he's gonna be able to strip that focus with Hot Shot Copilot. It looks like he might just barely be an arc of the red one, but taking 1 shot isn't the end of the world. He's debating what to do with his action. All right, and he's going to be switching target locks. You drop the focus from Ray, and you're at the start of combat. You have a range. Range 2 shot at the blue. It's going to get that focus strip because of Hot Shot Copilot. It's a crit. Plenty of evades, but that the focus is going to be stripped from Hot Shot Copilot. Yep, there you go. Just remember that. Call the trigger. Checking range, and that is range 2. Okay. So range 2. He's got some decisions to make. He still has 4 dice. I mean, you could still put a hurting on this defender. All right. So he's got a target lock out there.
We need a judge! Coming! I want to see you! Kick my ass! What do you want? I've got silver die in the middle, that's the second one. Red die in the middle, that's the one. It's not blocked. Here's what I'm going to do. This guy. However you guys want to play now.
All right, so we had a cock die in the dice, in the box. So we're gonna re-roll it. All right, so I'm gonna spend the lock. Spin the focus for 4 hits. So he's gonna be taking 1 shield. He has an evade, so it takes nothing. So man, though he has thrown triple evades several times now. In defenders, this is the wild card we talked about. So that's 1 shield into chopper. Range 1 from the other one. Hit crit. It's gonna be a couple more shields. I'm gonna run over and double check the health meters. I'll be here's end around TLT on the blue one. Let's get that first. Spend the target lock to reroll all of them. It's got 1, 3 blank, 3 dice, got an evade there. And here comes the second volley of TLTs. 2. he digs one in. Alright, so that defender still has a shield on there. It looks like we for tactician. No, it's on there. So they just weren't dealing it out. Called it. Didn't deal. Let me double check health on the ghost. Just be right back. Alright, I'm back. They got the dials set for this turn. So we're looking at here, we got round 4 of the Arizona system open. We're waiting for dials on the defenders. We have the blue defender double stress. Defenders do not like being stressed. They're not able to focus evade. And I think here, Vernon's best play is to try to get that blue defender in the way of D. I think the issue there is that I don't know where he can go that would be in the way. I mean, D can probably just go 3 banking to the right, makes him clear, and gets him an opportunity at Kylo. We're probably going to see that red defender K-turn, I would guess. One bank into red to try to block. Yeah, I mean, that could create some space there. That's a good idea. The 4K, the blue 4K does not fit. Double checking some dials. But if he goes fast, if he does something like a 4 forward, that'll clear easily. Here we go. You see a 4 template. The question is whether is it a K or a forward? Is he trying to go after Fenn or a chopper? Call, yell, judge. Okay. No. Alright, so we got that down. It was a K turn, look like. No, it's not a K turn. I'm walking up the table, sorry about that. The barrel roll. Yeah, he's going after Fenn. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Fenn is a pain in the butt, and it is something that, with focus evade on these defenders, they really like to keep their focus, obviously for defense, but if they have an opportunity to spend it on offense, they will. And here's a 3 turn. Yeah, he's just trying to take up space. I think like the 1 forward probably still fits. Any bank to the right fits. Yeah, there it turns. The back arc is active, so this he's pointing a 4 dice arc right now at a tokenless defender. Now, if Vernon just keep rolling natties, that works too. And here's Kylo. He's got hard 1. He's got an action, so he's not stressed anymore. He can participate in a fight. But he's kind of in an awkward spot right now. He might want a barrel roll out of range, because I think if he gives... Oh man, This is a tough choice. D could possibly shoot 4 TLT shots at... He's going to boost. D can shoot 4 TLT shots at Kylo and possibly kill him. He only needs to hit twice. This guy has 1 focus. He does have a target. Target lock's on Fenn. Waiting for the maneuver. Looks like it's the hard 2. Yep. So he's definitely going to be taking a shot here from that defender. Great play here by Vernon. He was able to call that. I mean, there wasn't very many places that Fenn could go. He's able to anticipate that. Oh, what? He doesn't have barrel. He doesn't have barrel. I gotta go check. Hold on a second. Can you check if how did Fenn out barrel?
Okay.
Like, does it have flight assist? I know it doesn't have barrel roll on the action bar. Oh, it has. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Has vector thrusters. There you go. Alrighty. Vector thrusters gives him the action there. Alrighty. So it looks like D is going to go after Kylo. Right here. Measure last of the defender. Might be shooting primaries here. Yep, primaries out the back. He's got the target lock there. He's got a focus. He's going to re-roll them. And there's 2 hits, 2 crits. Alright, so that's going to be a shield and 2 crits here. Let's see what those crits are.
System open, you have 30 minutes left to go around. 30 minutes.
We'll go take a look at the crits here. He probably just shoots TLTs at the defenders. Looks like one of them is a thrust control fire. And now he has a decision to make. We'll check arc here to see if they're clipping that corner of Fenn route. Calling judge, it's a close call. And while they're doing that, I'm going to go check out what that crit is. We are doing a total of 6 rounds today. Okay, the stress was from Tactician. It's a major hold reach. And here's the TLT. It's going to spend the target lock on the 2 blanks. And spend the focus for 2. So the crits was a major hold reach and damage sensor rate. Doesn't really matter. And that's going to kill that defender. So blue defender is off the table. And this really puts D in the driver's seat now. 0 shield left on Chopper. Fenn has taken 1 card. Okay, everything's up to date here. And now D has enough space here to clear some room to be able to get some TLTs on Kylo.
See, Judge, you called that out, right? What? I'll move on to the special attack.
They're just double checking the judge ruling. One heard in arc, one heard out of arc. That happens. It
Fill
happens.
out.
Safe. Thank you very much, Mr. A. Campers. I'm pretty sure I think I know who that is. I was just checking a ruling. One of them heard that it was in arc, and the other one heard it was out of arc, which is instantly concerning. It's a big room. Alrighty, so dials are set. The 4K probably fits here from the defender. It's a little bit close. I don't know if he goes for it. And we're waiting for the ghost here. The ghost has plenty of room if he wants a TLT, or honestly, he could keep Fenn close with like a 1 forward. He does a 1 bank. It depends whether he wants to use the primary or the TLT. I think you just leverage yourself. Probably just 1 bank to the right. No, he's getting the side there. 5K. 5K gets him an arc, but I don't think you want to do that. Gunboats. And now we're waiting for the Kylo dial. It's interesting, even though this Kylo is PLS11, anybody who's joined us recently, with the coordinate from Fenn D is able to coordinate boosts to 1 hard. All right, he's trying to block. I think with that 1 hard, we probably expect Fenn to be going for, Kylo to be going for Fenn. There's the 1 forward. If Kylo does something like a 3 bank to try to get over there to Fenn, he's gonna be punished unless he did a straight maneuver and bumps. Could also be just trying to take away the coordinate. Let's say a focus action. That looks like a bank. It is 2 bank. Oh, he is sitting right in that arc. That is range 1, and there's no way he can get out. I will let him know that Raven Cat says, "What's up?" afterwards. I can do that for you, my buddy. He's playing Chopper. It's not Kanan. It's fair. All right. So we're getting a barrel roll here into range 2. I think this is his best bet. Is it better than taking a focus? I don't think so. Somebody do that math for me real quick. What was better, taking a range 1 shot with a focus, or taking a range 2 shot with 1 focus? I guess there's the end around TLT. I think Kylo's dead this turn. Fenn comes around. He's got those vector thrusters. He's dropping a focus. That was his focus. I was debating that action. He definitely wants to be stressed. Yeah, he's going to end up double stress for sure. Looks like that's a coordinate action. And we'll coordinate a target lock on the Kylo. Range 1 is better, no stress. Yeah. No auto thrusters either way. So this is Fenn. 2 hits. Sorry, Kylo. Fenn into Fenn. Triple evades. It's his. He was due. He was due. Earlier in the game, lots of triple evades. Measured range 2 to Kylo. And it looks like we're going primary here. If you can get max hits, it guarantees the damage here. Alright. Just going to spend the focus for 3. Still has the target lock out there for the TLT attack. It's a fire control system. And that is a dead Kylo. He's going to pop the title. He has to. So let's get rid of that. He rolls. He lives. Takes 1. Tactician goes off. He's taking a stress. And the end of round TLT comes in. Actually, I noticed that Vernon has not remembered his, I'll show you the dark side, condition. He's been hit several times and hasn't put it out there. And that's going to be a big problem. Target locks come off, so we have a single Delta defender versus Chopper and Fenn. While they clean up this game here, I do want to show you guys here that I have from Crafted Storage. So while they're making those decisions here is the template tray made by Crafted Storage. It's actually a cover and a template tray. It's held on there magnetically. There you go. So you can carry it around in your bag. It doesn't fall out. There are the templates securely in there. There'll be 3 different kinds of stylings in there. They got engraving, etching, and inlay. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Let's get back to the action. So what do you think is the like? I always like to think about win conditions, even when it's super unlikely. That defender is full. It doesn't have any stress. Probably objective number 1 is to try to kill Fenn. Just get in positions where Fenn can't get that arc on you. The problem is that him at PS1, it's going to be hard to do. D, by going down to Chopper, has room for vector thrusters on Fenn, and it gives him so much maneuverability. If he does any type of 45, I mean, if he does a hard turn or even a bank here, or a straight, I mean, there's no way. Right, I gotta say that again. There is no way to get out of Fenn's arc, so we know that that's going to trigger. Oh, he is stressed. Still, all right. So Ghost is going around. Chopper's like, I'm fine. Chopper's worth 53 points. Significantly more than the Delta. Actually, Fenn is the same points as the Delta squad right now. So we're just pretty much right now, it's just a waiting game, about 19 minutes left. And D's just gotta take out this defender. One thing you gotta remember about this format though, MOV only matters for seeding once we get into day 3. Oh, and that's range. Oh, that is 3 shields going on that defender. MOV doesn't matter. You just have to have your correct number of wins in order to progress to each stage. Here's the TLT. Oop. Even with the bump to the outside, it's going to be through rock. Checking to see if it's obstructed or not. If they're parallel, the attacker gets to choose the lane. TLT and around. 1. And that'll engage the fire control system. All right, and now the defender gets his chance for glory here. He doesn't have any tokens because he's stressed. But natties are a thing, right? So Vernon's pretty nice. We're pretty hot. All right, that's average on 4 dice. That's average. 2 hits, 2 focuses. He's going to spend the focus and be absolutely fine. The Ghost did a 1 turn last turn. We're probably going to see a 2 turn out of it, and just he's going to start pressuring the Delta. Like I said, it doesn't. MOV doesn't matter. He just wants to get those guns on. Right now, it's just making sure to keep the pressure on the defender, so the defender doesn't do anything. I mean, if you can lose the stress and then just start rolling like a guy, you got focus, you got evade. You never know what could happen. You never count a defender out because with the dice variance plus focus evade, crazy things can happen for sure.
Attention, elite interbase players. We got 45, roughly minutes left. 45 minutes in elite interbase. Over here in the system open. 16 minutes left in your round.
16 minutes left.
Over here. You get
Here's a 5 straight. He's trying to get out of dodge. I'm trying to avoid a shot here, trying to get a block. You got focus evade. Take a turn off. Say, let me rest. Let me rest. Give me a moment. Too hard from Chopper. Demon is in no rush. There's no need to rush into battle. Chopper's is very healthy. He doesn't need to go get half points if he doesn't want to. And here we go, Fenn, the ace here. He's going to use that, leverage that back arc. He's going to have 3 dice, range 1. I mean, does he get damage through focus evade, 3 dice? Probably not, but you never know. Actually, it's probably target a lot more of this. Yep. Because if he has a bad roll this time, you just save it for later. He probably just leaves that, I guess. That's not speed. Just 1. It's got an evade token. Yep, save it for later. Has to roll the dice. It's in the rules. And then we move on. Out of range for TLTs. And while we have everybody here, I do want to talk about some ways you can help support the channel. There's 2 major ways. The easiest way, or maybe not the easiest, the free way, possibly, if you have Amazon Prime already, you can connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you become a Prime subscriber, which costs you $0, and it gives the podcast $2 and change for every person who does that. You can do that once a month, and I'll remind you on each of our streams to do that, and it's super easy. And the most important group of people who support the podcast are the patrons. Thank you so much for making all these trips possible, all the technology that makes this happen. Huge thank you to you guys. If you want to join the awesome group of people who get the great swag, including those Gold Squadron podcast templates I was showing off earlier, lots of different alt art cards and tokens we make, especially for our patrons, just to say thank you for supporting the show. And I want to say shout out to, I cannot pronounce that. I'm going to say Suleen. Thank you for becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber. You are awesome. And again, that costs $0 if you already have Amazon Prime in your life. Maybe your mom has Amazon Prime, or your wife or your girlfriend. It's like, hey, can I just do this real quick? Can I just use your account to click a button? That's basically what you're asking for. Yeah, I don't think they have Amazon Prime in Japan, Raven Cat. Alright. So, alright. You know, I'm curious to see, you know, what. He's curling Fenn Rau back here into the protection of the ghosts. And pretty much Vernon, if Vernon wants to do anything, he has to go towards the ghosts. He's doing a wonderful job of basically corralling him and say, hey, you know, this is the game. You have to come. You gotta come play on my turf right now. Not sure if they're adjusting it. Ah, okay. That makes sense, Raven Cat. Yes, I am a bit under the weather. I'm sorry. I don't have my normal voice here. Fighting a cold. Took a bunch of medicine. I can breathe. But I'm here. I'm here for you guys. Trying my hardest to make sure I don't sound too sick. I guess I didn't hide it very well, did I? Alrighty, so we've gone into the next round here. Here comes the defender. He's trying to do some damage. Focus evade. Again, dice variance could make this defender really hard to kill. Focus evade is really, really good. And this hard too is going to put him range 1. That's 5 dice. I totally expect he'll either focus or target lock here. Or he has a target lock already. He's just going to focus. I don't see why you don't focus. He's debating a boost, it looks like. So let's see whether or not the boost gets him out of arc. Because why take shots if you don't have to? He's just going to focus. There's Fenn. Fenn can coordinate and evade to Chopper. He can just focus for defense on himself. I mean, that's the closest thing to taking damage is going to be Fenn. He doesn't have arc on the defender, so the defender will be able to spend the focus. There's no way to get out on that defender from that angle. Yep, Adam, you got it right. You figured it out. Alright, looks like he focuses, and here we go. Range 1, 5 dice. Oh, you're signing that blank side of the dice. I'm sorry. It's just his reaction. 4 hits. He was just talking about that on the show the other day, how that Paul Dice just gets him. So he's going to be taking 1 card here. Oh, my man D was just like, I'll dang it. Alrighty, so we're waiting here. There's a defender, range 1 into the ghost. He's going to take a hit, crit. Looks like damage sentry cannot perform actions.
How many ships do you have left?
Okay, so he's got 7 whole left. Not having action, not being able to perform actions actually is pretty rough because he wants his modifiers. Mind you, fire control system is not an action, so not too bad. He still have some offensive modifiers, but again, that defender is pretty tanky and can do some work. So we're waiting on dials now. Now Zeb is in the shuttle, so we got to remember that he is able to shoot out the back if need be. He can leverage that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4K here out of the defender. I would say that the damage sensor array crit is a pretty rough one. I think it can still be played around with some good actions, with some good moves here. Creating some space and making sure to cast a wide arc. He's got 4 dice target lock. There's a 3 bank. Looks like he's going to try to chase Fenn. He does not have a K turn for next turn. Fenn did something like a 2 hard and give a range 1 shot right in the side. Yeah, he did forget the I'll show you the dark side each time. Alright, he's doubling down. He's like, you know what, I can't do actions, I'm just going to K-turn. Because he wants to start going towards that defender. He'll be taking stress, no action, because he's stressed. And here's Fenn. 2 hard, that's going to be a range 1 shot. He's going to focus, he'll spend it all. He's trying to get some damage in here. I'll show you the dark side was never procced actually. It is not removed from the I'll show you the dark side condition, but it was never assigned. So here's Fenn. Target lock. Hit crit. Focus plus the evade token, you take no damage, but he does strip all of the defenses here. We have here 4 dice with the target lock versus 4 defense dice. On average, the math says that, ooh, is it just out? Looks like it's just in, all right. It was range 3, check it. Oh, this is TLTs. Gotcha. Alrighty. And he digs in that last damage there. So that was both TLTs hitting. And that is a game. So huge thank you to our players. Huge thank you for everybody for watching today. I'm talking like we're done. We still have 2 more rounds of play to go. But great game here. Vernon, you know, the defenders, I mean, at the beginning of the game, the variance was with him. I mean, he was working it. He was rolling really hot. He was able to leverage the focus evade. Some turns he didn't even need to spend them. That was an exciting game. We got to see Chopper being used here instead of Kanan. You see a lot of Kanan out there, not a lot of Chopper. Extra points gives you that room for the barrel roll, vector thrusters, which came into play once, but it was really important once. He was able to barrel roll out of ours and do some damage with them. One more thank you to our sponsor, Crafts & Storage, for this turn. I wanted to show you the different types of art that they can do for you. They can do custom art. I'll show this off. So this is 3 different types of markings here. This is called inlay. So this is actually like wood inside of wood, which is really cool. Just take a look at that. It's super slick. I like him out. This is called engraving. So they dig into the wood with a laser, giving kind of like a 3D look. And then we have etching for fine line art. So Crafted Storage able to make these on all kinds of different X-Wing products. They have these trays, they have dice trays, they have tournament trays where you can carry everything. They have ones with like slots on there. And I think one of the other cool things that is not mention too much. Because this is real wood, you can stain it whatever color you want. There's so many different stains. It's super easy to do. And I'm actually going to be making a video here in a couple weeks on how to stain these. I have a couple of them that I have, and we're going to show those off. I'm going to give it away. Here is the template tray. One cool feature here is that this little slot actually comes out with the tokens there, or interchangeable art that you can place in there, which is fun. You can get your squadron name, your name, all different kinds of X-wingy symbols in there, whatever you like. So we'll be back here one more time. Thank you for watching. You can support the channel by becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber or by going to patreon.com. We'll be back with round 5 here. We have, let's take a look one more time at our table timer. We got 2 minutes left in the round, so I expect we'll probably be up and running in about 12 minutes. I'll see you then.